Hello everybody, welcome back to Dr. Hanadana and Linguistics channel. Hope that you are all doing very well. Last session, we discussed the two types of dynamic situations, events and processes. This led us to the two types of processes actually, inchoative and resultative. Today we will discuss the dynamic verbs, types of dynamic verbs we mentioned at the end of last session. Dynamic verbs can also be classified into different types based on the semantic distinctions. Such classification underlies the different dynamic situations. To start with, we have punctual verbs versus durative verbs. Durative is used for verbs which describe a process that lasts for a period of time. For example, I studied for the exam and the baby slept. On the other hand, punctual or simulfactive verbs are those verbs which describe the event that seems so instantaneous, that is to say, it involves no time, as in he blinked, she coughed, and I sneezed. However, such punctual verbs can be given an iterative interpretation or a sense of repetition by adding a durative adverbial, as in the sentence, I sneezed all night, I couldn't sleep. The second distinction of verbs is Tylic versus Ethylic verbs. Tylic refers to those processes which have a natural completion, as in, he was painting a picture. If the act of painting was interrupted, we cannot say that he painted a picture. Painting should have a natural completion. Tylic verbs are also considered resultative, as the attention or the focus is directed toward the result. On the other hand, Ethylic verbs are verbs which, if interrupted, the action can be said to have taken place. A sentence such as, he was staring at the stars, consists of Ethylic verb, which, as I have just said, if interrupted, the action of staring has taken place. Hence, we can say that he stared at the stars. Now, we need to bear in mind that even if verbs are either Tylic or Ethylic, if we use some particular elements or expressions with some verbs, the result may give a different aspect. As in, he was painting pictures and he was painting a picture. Now, in the first sentence, painting is Ethylic simply because even if the act was interrupted, we can say that he painted some of the many pictures he was supposed to be painting. On the other hand, in the second sentence, painting one particular picture needs a natural completion if we want to say that he painted a picture. Hence, a sentence such as he built a house may be said to indicate a process with a resultative, durative, and Tylic sense of a verb. Building is a dynamic verb that expresses a process in which the result is the focus. Building is also considered a durative by virtue of the fact that it requires a period of time, and it's considered Tylic verb because one cannot say that he built a house if the process of building was interrupted. However, he kicked the ball is a sentence with a dynamic verb that expresses an event in which the result is also focused on, but the act of kicking actually does not require a period of time. Hence, it is a punctual verb, and also it's Tylic because the act of kicking requires a natural completion if we are supposed to say that he kicked the ball. Well, this is all for today's session. The next series of videos will be dedicated for phonetics. I'll be handling some important points in English phonetics. So, for those who are interested, this is the reference that I have just used today. Okay? Stay tuned, stay healthy and safe. Bye-bye for now.